So students, today in our social science geography class, we are going to discuss the chapter number 9, a new chapter. This is the last chapter of your NCERT book. It is in chapter number 9 in new NCERT book, and those have old NCERT book, it is in chapter number 10. And the name of the chapter is Life in the Deserts. And before starting the class, those students present in the class mention their attendance in the chat box. I will take attendance from that. So all the students are requested to mention their attendance in the chat box. Okay. So our today's topic, it is the life in deserts. So it is in page number 72, page number 70 and 71 and 72 of new NCERT book. So you have seen that water means life to plants. Okay. So animals and people, plants, animal, people, all of the life forms, they depend on the water. And it is difficult for anyone to live in a places where there is no water to drink, and where there is no grass for the cattle to feed, or where there is no water to help the crops to grow. So we will now learn about the places in the world where people have learned to cope up with extreme harsh temperature. And in some places it is as hot as fire, and sometimes it is cold as ice. So these are the desert areas in the world, and these are characterized by low rainfall, scanty vegetation, very few limited vegetation, and extreme temperature. So depending on the temperatures, there can be hot deserts or cold deserts. Two types of deserts are there. And people also living in these lands wherever little water is available to practice agriculture or to drink. Now the definition of desert is given also in the book, that what is desert? That desert is an arid region characterized by extremely high or low temperatures and has scarce vegetation. So I am repeating again that it is an arid region characterized by extremely high or low temperatures and has scarce vegetation. So mainly two types of deserts are there, cold desert and hot desert. So today we are going to discuss about the hot desert, that is the Sahara. So do you know in which continent the Sahara desert situated? If you know, mention in the chat box. If you know that in which continent the Sahara desert situated, then mention in the chat box. Very good. Devangshu and Akash already given answers, Shovik typing. So it is the Africa, and it is the cold desert of Africa. It is the the hot desert of Africa. It is the largest desert of the world. So first we are going to discuss the hot desert Sahara. So now look at the map present in the book, page number 72. The continent of Africa, and locate the Sahara Desert covering a large part of the northern Africa, and it is the world's largest desert. So I'll draw the map of Africa here. So only the upper portion, because it is a huge continent, and no need to draw the rest of the portion because it is not in our syllabus. If you have World Atlas, you can also check it from there. This is the Arabian Peninsula, you know that. All the Arab countries are there. This is the Red Sea, Gulf of and this is the Persian Gulf. Now the Sahara Desert is situated here in this area. So this is the Saharan Desert region. So can you see the board clearly, students? Shovik, the date of submission of project, or I'll tell you later, because it was not decided yet because of the CBSE guidelines. If as per the CBSE guidelines, we will instruct you to submit the project. Okay. And it has an area of around 8.54 million square kilometer. So do you recall the India has an area of 3.2 million square kilometers? So it is huge. So you can imagine that it is almost the 3 times of India. And the Saharan Desert touches 11 different countries. These are Algeria, Chad, Egypt, Libya, Mali, Mauritania, Morocco, Niger, Sudan, Tunisia, and Western Sahara. So when you think of a desert, the picture that immediately comes to your mind with some sand dunes. But beside the vast stretches of sand, the Saharan Desert is also covered with, there are gravel plains and elevated plateaus with bare rocky surfaces. These rocky surfaces may be more than 2,500 meter high in some places. So we consider them as hill. So this is the very diverse hot desert of the world, that is the Sahara. So you will be surprised to know that present day Sahara once used to be as a lush green plain. Cave paintings in Sahara Desert show that there used to be rivers with crocodiles and the regions full with grasslands, including animals like elephants, lions, sheep, giraffes, ostriches, cattle, goats, etc. But the change in the climate when started desertification in the region, and it changed into a very hot and dry region. Okay. So actually Sahara region in this way warning to us that if we not practice, if we not reduce the pollution, then our places also turn to be a desert. So it's a warning that the geologist researching on the Sahara Desert, on its sands, on the sands composition and all this, so they understood that once it was a lush green area, but due to the climate change, it was turned into a desert. Now the climate of Sahara. That the climate of Sahara Desert is scorching hot and parched dry. It has a short rainy season. The sky is cloudless and clear. Here the moisture evaporates faster than accumulates, and days are unbelievably hot, and the temperatures during the day may soar as high as 50 degrees centigrade, heating up the sand and the bare rocks, which in turn radiates heat, making everything around hot, and the nights may be freezing cold with temperatures nearing 0°. Okay. Al Azizia in Sahara Desert, south of the Tripoli, Libya, recorded the highest temperature 57.7° in the world. It is the hottest place in the world. Al Azizia in Sahara Desert. It is situated in Tripoli, near Tripoli, south of Tripoli in Libya. The country name is Libya, a northern African country situated in these places. Okay. Now the flora and fauna. The vegetation in the Sahara Desert includes cactus, date, palm and acacia. In some places there are oases, green islands with date palms surrounding them. Camels, hyenas, jackals, foxes, scorpions, many varieties of snakes and lizards are prominent animal species living there. Okay. And scientists have actually found skeletons of fish in this desert. What could have happened with the fishes? Because previously when it was a lush green area, maybe some lakes also there and fishes also present in the lakes, but all the lakes they turned into deserts. The water evaporated long ago. Now the people of Sahara Desert, people also living this huge area, these huge land masses. The Sahara Desert, despite its harsh climate, has been inhabited by various groups of people who pursue different activities, among them the Bedouins and Tuaregs. These are two groups, are nomadic tribes rearing livestock such as goat, sheep, camel, horses, and these animals provide them with milk, meat and hides from which they make leather for belts, slippers, water bottles like visti, and hair is used for mats, carpets, clothes and blankets. They wear heavy robes as protection against the dust storms and hot winds, because the exposure of ultraviolet ray is heavy in the desert region. So sunburn is a common thing here, so that's why they covered their whole body entirely with heavy robes. So the oasis in the Sahara and Nile Valley in Egypt supports settled population, and since water is available, the people grow date palms in the region, and crops such as rice, wheat, barley and beans are also grown in the oasis region. Egyptian cotton, famous worldwide, is grown in Egypt, and it is you will be surprised to know that the Egyptian civilization also established in near the Sahara Desert in Nile Valley. So except this, some depressions also formed in the Saharan Desert, because when the wind blows away the sands, it in the depression where underground water reaches the surface and oasis is formed. This is the process how oasis formed. And oasis and these areas are very much fertile. People may settle around these water bodies situated in the oasis and grow date palms and other crops, which is very much commercially profitable. Sometimes the oasis may be abnormally large, like Tafilalet oasis in Morocco is the largest oasis with an area of about 1300 square kilometer, and lot of villages also, cities also situated in Tafilalet oasis in Morocco. Now what are the important minerals? That the discovery of oil, a product, is in great demand throughout the world. It means crude oil in Algeria, Libya and Egypt is constantly transforming the Saharan Desert. So when oil is discovered in some countries, their economy also started flourishing, because the oil is very necessary for the many making byproducts like petrol, diesel, naphthalene, okay, asphalt, etc. So Libya, Algeria and Egypt are transforming the Sahara Desert, constantly transforming the Sahara Desert, and other minerals of importance that are found in the area include iron, phosphorus, manganese and uranium. In uranium, you know, it is the main fuel one of the fuel of the nuclear reactors, which are very useful to make nuclear electricity. And manganese and iron, these are the major ingredients of the iron and steel industry. So the cultural landscape of Sahara is undergoing change. Gleaming glass cased office buildings tower over mosque, and super highways crisscross the ancient camel paths over the desert. And trucks are replacing the camels in the salt trade today. And Tuaregs are seen acting as guides to foreign tourists, mostly in Egyptian region, when people traveled towards the Great Pyramid of Giza and the Sphinx and other monuments of Egypt and surrounding countries. They also worked as a tourist guide, the Tuaregs. And more nomadic herdsmen are taking the city life. They started living in the cities. Alexandria, this is the Tripoli, and it is the Cairo. Okay, so the entire situation was, the lifestyle also changing very fast, and Europe is very close to that. So just on the opposite side of Mediterranean, so a lot of people also migrated to Europe for their job, and lot of people also finding jobs in oil and gas operations. So students, so this is our today's topic. I have finished today. This is the life in cold desert. So life in hot desert. So next day we are going to discuss another topic, that is the life in cold desert. So thank you for watching. If you have any question, you can ask me. Okay, Asta asked a question. So anyone have any question, you can ask me. Okay, so a lot of questions are there and loading. Okay, so one kind of perch is one kind of bird here. Okay, sorry, perch is one type of fish. Okay students, Asta, you have understood, it is a fish found in the Nile Valley. So thank you for watching. See you in the next class.